Dear students, hello, how are you? In my last video, I have told about epilepsy and seizures and its classification according to International League Against Epilepsy, a body who declares the various facts about epilepsy. Now, in today's lecture, I will continue with the first part of that classification, that is partial seizures. So this topic of epilepsy will be covered in various videos, because in single video we can't cover the total lecture of epilepsy or total subject of epilepsy. So today it will be partial seizures. Partial seizures. So write down what are the general features of partial seizures. Only discrete regions of the brain, discrete regions means a small area of the brain is affected. For example, precentral gyrus or postcentral gyrus. Now, keeping in view the anatomy of the brain, this is occipital lobe, this is central sulcus, and the area in front of central sulcus is known as precentral gyrus. Precentral gyrus. The area behind the central sulcus is known as postcentral gyrus. Postcentral, this is postcentral gyrus. Now, as you can see in this diagram, now see this diagram. In this diagram, there is one central sulcus. This is central sulcus. The area behind it is postcentral gyrus. Area in front is precentral gyrus. And this is frontal lobe. This is parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and temporal lobe. So this is how the brain is placed in the skull. So the area in front of the central sulcus, this is geometrical diagram, is precentral gyrus, and this is also known as motor cortex. Motor cortex. Motor means controlling the muscles, movements. So the general feature of partial seizure is that only discrete areas of the brain, cerebral cortex, is affected. Either it is precentral or postcentral gyrus. In that also an area specified which is abnormally discharging the impulses. Now, the partial seizures are further classified into number one, is simple partial seizures. Number one is simple partial seizures. Number two, complex partial seizures. Number 3, complex partial seizures. Partial seizures with secondary generalization. Now, coming to simple partial, they are further off. Simple partial seizure, they are further of 4 types. Number 1 is simple partial motor. Number 2, simple partial sensory. Number 3, simple partial autonomic. And number 4, simple partial psychomotor. So these are 4 types of simple partial seizures: motor, sensory, autonomic and psychomotor. In all these type of seizures, there is no alteration in consciousness. Write down this important fact, that there is no alteration in the consciousness. That means that patient remains conscious during the period of attack or seizure. So coming to the first part, that is motor, the focus of excitation lies in precentral gyrus or motor cortex. In this seizure, the focus of excitation is in the motor cortex. Now motor cortex, I have told you, is in the precentral gyrus. As you will be aware of it, that the body is represented upside down. That means if this is brain, this is cerebral cortex, the body is represented upside down. That means face part is here and here is knee and legs are here inside. I will show you the diagram here. Focus. Now this is, lower one is motor cortex. How the body is represented here. Just have a look here. That body is represented upside down. Here it is tongue, then here is jaw, lips, face, then eyelid, and like going upwards, little finger, hand, wrist, elbow, shoulder, trunk, etc. Up to trunk it is here. After that knee and legs, they come inside the cortex part, like this. So the area of excitation lies in this motor cortex, somewhere in this motor cortex, one part, not the whole of the motor cortex, discrete area. Now what are the common areas? And the signs will be represented according to the affection of that area. Now the common sites are hand. The most important is hand. Where is hand? This is hand. This is hand. Second, facial area. Now this is facial area. Facial area is represented by very long area of cortex. And third is great toe. Great toe comes here. inside the brain, जो cortex का ऊपर से ऐसे जब so these common areas are three areas. Number one is hand, number two face, number three grade 2, and after that the frequency is arm and trunk. Trunk is here and arm is here. So this is how the simple partial motor seizures, they are presented to the clinician with the presentation of involvement of one discrete area of the motor cortex, commonest being hand, then facial area, then grade 2, and later on trunk and arms. So keep in mind that this is how the simple partial motor seizure is affecting the part of the brain. Now, according to the area affected by the abnormal electrical impulses, that area of the body will show the seizures or convulsions. So commonest being hand. So patient will give convulsions of hand. Face will give face. And similarly for grade 2 there will be movement of grade like this. Now the discrete area of involvement remains there on. There is no alteration of consciousness of the patient. So commonest area hand, face and angle of mouth, and then grade 2 and later on arm and trunk. There is another important term in this simple partial seizure, that is, I will rub it, that is known as Jacksonian march. Jacksonian march. What is Jacksonian march? When the seizure activity starts from one point, for example hand, when the seizure activity starts from one point, that is hand, and gradually involve the forearm, upper arm and whole of the arm, then involves the face and the whole of this part. This is called faciobrachial. This is brachial, this is facial. And the movement starts including this area. So it is march of the convulsions or seizures. That is called Jacksonian march, means movement. जैसे आर्मी की मार्च होती है वैसे आर्मी मार्च करती है, उसी तरह से 1-2-1-2 करके ऐसे ही यहाँ पे मूवमेंट, यहाँ से हैंड से 10 movements or the convulsions seizures start from hand, involves the upper arm, upper limb and then the face and like this. So it remains here. There is no involvement of consciousness. Patient remains conscious throughout the attack. This means progression of the abnormal electrical discharges to a larger subcortical area. Now again looking at the picture, what I have told you is Jacksonian march. Now what it does, what it says, the attack starts from hand, involves the face and further going to face this thing and starting from this here. ये सारा जो एरिया है, this subcortical area is affected by the abnormal discharge. This type of presentation is known as Jacksonian march. That means the abnormal discharge has started from hand, involved upper limb and included the face. This is Jacksonian march. Then there is another term that is known as Todd's paralysis. Todd's paralysis. What is the definition of Todd's paralysis? When partial seizures continue to occur for a longer period of time. Suppose a patient has partial seizures of hand, and these seizures continue to occur for a period of half an hour to 1 hour, and then it results in paresis or weakness of this part of the body. When it remains for few minutes to few hours or even few days, this is known as Todd's paralysis. When the seizures continue to occur for a longer period of time, it results in neuronal exhaustion. That means the neurons are exhausted, resulting in paresis of the localized area for minutes to many hours in the affected area of partial seizures. So this is known as Todd's paralysis. In this, the recovery is always complete, but it may take some time to show the complete recovery. Then there is another term that is known as epilepsia partialis continua. Epilepsia partialis continua. Now what it means? Epilepsia partialis continua. It means that the partial epilepsy is continuing. It is a sign of status epilepticus of partial seizures. Epilepsia partialis continua. Partial seizures continue to occur for hours or days and are refractory to treatment. The definition of epilepsia partialis continua is that the partial seizures continue to occur for hours to days and are refractory to treatment. So these are simple partial motor seizures. Commonest areas affected: hand, then face, angle of the mouth and great toe. Uncommon areas: trunk and the lower limb. Then I have told you about Jacksonian march, epilepsia partialis continua. This is what I have told you. Then coming to the simple sensory seizures. Simple partial sensory seizures. In this, what is the definition? There is involvement of sensory cortex. Again, coming to the diagram, I have told you that after the central sulcus, that is behind the central sulcus, the gyrus is known as post-central gyrus. This is post-central. Here also the body is represented upside down. So according to the area affected, the sensations will be affected in the area. So this is post-central gyrus representation. Now the abnormal excitatory discharges in the neurons occurs and the patient presents with paresthesias or numbness or involvement of the sensory senses, sensory system, that is special senses. That means there is involvement of either general senses, that is touch, pain or temperature, or there is involvement of special senses, that is sense of visual senses, then sense of auditory, that is hearing, and gustatory, that is olfactory. Now coming to the first, that is general senses. When there is involvement of sensory cortex, general senses, that is touch, pain or temperature, there will be involvement of these senses in the discrete area supplied by that part of the sensory cortex. Now in special senses, if there is involvement of visual area, that is part 1, visual, there will be hallucinations, that is visual hallucinations. पेशेंट को देखने में कुछ कुछ अजीब सी चीजें दिखती रहेंगी, that is called visual hallucinations. Then balls of light and pattern of colors, पेशेंट को लाइट की बॉल्स दिखेंगी आँख के आगे, patterns of light, different zigzag patterns and different patterns, variable patterns will be visible from the visual field, in the visual field. In the auditory system, that is sense of hearing, the patient may have feeling of vertigo, vertigo means giddiness, and tinnitus. Tinnitus means ringing sensation in the ears. So then when visual special sense is affected, that means the area affected is olfactory lobe. Olfactory lobe, that is lying behind in the part of the posterior part of the skull, occipital part of the skull. When it is auditory, that is sense of hearing, that will be auditory cortex. And then third is gustatory. Sensory, general senses, touch, pain and temperature. Special senses, visual, auditory and gustatory. Now when general senses are affected, touch, pain, temperature, the area affected will be having the feeling of numbness, pain, there will be no pain or there may be hyperesthesia, and temperature abnormality. In special senses, when there is visual involvement, there will be visual hallucinations, balls of light, irregular visual patterns in the visual field. The area affected will be olfactory, olfactory cortex. As I have told you, it is discrete area. Discrete area, olfactory cortex में भी एक area discrete होगा जहाँ पे वो part होगा. Not whole of the olfactory cortex. Similarly, auditory, it will be temporal, gustatory, frontal, prefrontal. So in auditory, patient will have vertigo and tinnitus, that is ringing sensation. In gustatory, there will be, patient will complain of bad smell, bad taste in the mouth, nausea, vomiting, etc. So these four features गस्टेटरी दैट मीन्स बैड स्मेल, पेशेंट कहेगा मेरे को बदबू आती रहती है, मेरे को स्मेल ही नहीं पता लगती सर कौन सी आ रही है, दैट मीन्स ऑल्फैक्ट। बैड टेस्ट, पेशेंट कहता है मेरे मुंह में हर टाइम गंदा टेस्ट रहता है, मैं कुछ भी खा लूं मेरा टेस्ट जो है खराब रहेगा। देन nausea and vomiting, feeling like always nauseating, vomiting, etc. So these are sensory system involved. Then coming to the autonomic. Autonomic simple partial seizures, the area of hypothalamus and thalamus may be affected. Affected area is hypothalamus or thalamus. Now the patient will have the symptoms of epigastric discomfort, piloerection. What will be the symptoms in this presentation? Epigastric discomfort. Epigastric discomfort. Then piloerection. What is the meaning of word piloerection? Piloerection means standing of the hairs. Routine में our hairs are like this, they are lying with our body. In piloerection they get straightened up like this. This is called piloerection. Then third is incontinence of urine and feces. Urine or feces incontinence. And last one is seminal ejaculation. Semen ejaculation in males. So these are 4-5 important features of autonomic partial seizures. Number 1 is epigastric discomfort. Number 2, piloerection. Number 3, incontinence of urine and feces. And number 4, in males, semen ejaculation. Then the fourth one is psychomotor. In psychomotor partial seizures, there is temporal lobe involvement. Temporal lobe. The features are of mental illness like depression, then deja vu phenomenon, feeling of grandeur, micropsia and macropsia, Now what it means? A small discussion. Depression. This depression will be in attacks. As epilepsy is known to come in attacks, episodes of abnormal discharges from a group of neurons. In this simple partial seizure, it is a discrete group of neurons, so there will be attacks of depression. After the attack, patient will remain normal. There is no loss of consciousness. Deja vu phenomenon, feeling of grandeur. Patient will behave as if he is a landlord, he is a big person. And after that attack, he again becomes normal. Micropsia. In this, the patient will say that he is seeing all the things in smaller size. For example, he is looking at the bus as a small thing. He is looking at pen as a small thing. He is looking at his father, at his mother as small. This is called micropsia. Macropsia means bigger things. All the things appear bigger to that person who is affected by this type of epilepsy, psychomotor epilepsy. So this is regarding simple partial seizures. They are to revise motor, sensory, autonomic, psychomotor. Motor means precentral gyrus affected discrete area, that is hand, face, angle of mouth and great toe. Sensory cortex, general senses, special senses, pain, touch, temperature. Special means visual, auditory and gustatory. In autonomic, there are different presentations, and in psychomotor, temporal lobe involvement, there is presentation like this. So this finishes with the topic of simple partial seizures. Now coming to the second part, that is second type of partial seizure, that is complex partial seizure. This epilepsy is a big topic. I will be giving you, as I told you in my initial lines, that it will be in various steps or in various videos, 1, 2, 3. So coming to the second, complex. This is second video. I will be sharing the first video in a day or so. Complex partial seizure. Now what is the definition of complex partial seizure? It is a focal seizure activity associated with either transient impairment of consciousness or no recollection of event or no response to verbal or visual commands. So why it is called complex? Because there is something else or something more than the simple partial, which we have already discussed. What it is more? That means simple partial, when associated with transient. Transient means for a small period of time. Transient impairment of consciousness for some time. Transient means a very small period of time. Or patient does not recollect. Patient does not recollect the events. These events, simple partial seizures, events, motor, sensory, autonomic or psychomotor, any of these events patient does not remember. Or patient does not follow the verbal or visual commands during the attack. If we ask the patient to stop, if suppose the patient is having simple partial motor seizure, if we ask him to keep it stand, he will not be able to follow the command. If we ask him to close his mouth, don't do like this. If he is having angle of mouth like this, if we ask him not do it, he will not follow it. Similarly, anything else, if we ask him to do visually, we say no, he will not be able to follow it. So these three features, transient impairment of consciousness or recollection of the events. If we ask the patient the attack, भाई तेरे को क्या हुआ था, he will say I don't know sir, मेरे को नहीं पता, मैं तो ठीक ठाक बैठा. और वर्बल विजुअल कमांड हम कहें कि तो इसको हाथ को रोक ले, तेरे को ऐसे नहीं करना, तेरे को आंख का ऐसे नहीं करना, he will not be able to follow it. So when these three features are present, that type of simple partial seizure is known as complex partial seizures. Now, what are the various features of automatism? Features of automatism. Automatism is automatic. He will be doing the certain events or certain motions like chewing. He will be chewing. जैसे हम लोग खाना खाते हैं, च्यू करते हैं, ऐसे ही विल बी डूइंग दिस फीचर, chewing, lip smacking, then swallowing, and picking movements of hands, picking movements like this. These 4 type of things. What are these? That is features of automatism. They are chewing, lip smacking, swallowing, and picking movements. These 4 features are features of automatism, and they may be present in complex partial seizures. Understood? Now coming to after the attack, there is a period called post-ictal phase. Ictal means period of seizure. So after seizure, post-ictal. In post-ictal phase, the patient has confusion which may be recovered in seconds to an hour or so. Post-ictal phase, patient may show confusion. पेशेंट में शो कंफ्यूजन. अगर हम पेशेंट को देखेंगे अटैक के बाद तो पेशेंट को ऐसे लगेगा कि भाई उसको समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या हो रहा. ही विल बी कंफ्यूज्ड एंड दिस रिकवरी फ्रॉम दिस कंफ्यूजन में टेक मिनट्स टू फ्यू आवर्स. And the EEG will be helpful or may not be helpful. EEG may or may not be diagnostic or helpful. In simple partial seizure, write down, come back to this part, last line, EEG may be helpful because it will be localizing the site of lesion. This is discrete lesion. So this is regarding partial seizure, complex partial seizure. Then the third type of seizure is complex partial seizure with secondary generalization. Complex partial seizure with secondary generalization. Now what happens in this type of seizure? The definition: the attack of simple partial seizure when converts to generalized seizures is known as complex partial seizure with secondary generalization. Patient is a case of simple partial seizure, but when it got converted into generalized seizure, it becomes a case of partial seizures, complex partial seizures with secondary generalization. Now in this type of seizure there is an aura. Aura means, I have told you earlier in migraine, aura means prodromal symptoms before the attack. These prodromal symptoms will be of simple partial motor seizure or sensory. Now this aura will be preceding the secondary generalization attack. Now there is an aura of partial seizures which immediately leads to tonic-clonic type of convulsions of generalized nature. Patient started having simple partial seizure. It immediately, after say few seconds, converts to generalized tonic-clonic convulsions. Tonic-clonic convulsions. This type of convulsions is known as partial seizures with secondary generalization. So, what is the role of EEG? EEG will be helpful in this condition. So this has been today's video lecture about partial seizures. As I told you in my first series of video that the epilepsy has been classified into three groups. Number one is simple seizures, number two generalized seizures, and number three unclassified seizures. Now in the series of simple partial seizures, today I have discussed with simple partial motor, simple partial sensory, simple partial autonomic, simple partial psychomotor. Then I discussed complex partial seizures. Then I discussed complex or partial seizure or partial seizures with secondary generalization. So this is the second video of the series of epilepsy. In the first video, there will be general features of epilepsy and its classification. Now you are requested to subscribe to my app, which is available at the Play Store, and go through my videos, subscribe it, purchase it, and read it properly. This is very important topic from the point of view of theory and practical as well as clinical examination. So wishing you all the best. Thank you.